Hey, how's it going everybody? Welcome back to another Wheelassassin video. This is part 39 of how to build Starcourt Mall in Minecraft. Now in today's video, this is going to be part 4 of how to build the roof. We are going to be designing and building, hopefully, this little section in the middle of Starcourt. Well, I say little, it's actually really big. But we're going to be building the glass structures and make it look lovely and bright on the inside as well. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lots of this glass sort of area. And they just help to illuminate the inside, make it nice and bright, and make it nice and inviting, really. It's not good if you have like a dark mall, is it? So we gotta make it look nice and grand and fancy as well. So yeah, let's just grab the materials and get doing it. Alright then guys, so I've grabbed these 3 materials, some smooth sandstone, block of gold, and some red concrete. Now what we're going to do first of all is mark out our arches with red concrete, and then we're going to make sure that the pillars also match up to the same height. Before we do any of that, we need to take our block of gold and go a block underneath the one that is holding up the pillars on all of these. So whether it's a red concrete or a sandstone like this, we're going to stick a block of gold on it like that. Now you'll notice that all of these are going to be pretty much on the same height, so we can go back and check this out once we've done them all, just so we can make sure that they're all on the same height. And then once we finish the build, we're probably going to put some end rods even around them to make that neon sort of effect as well, so that'd be pretty cool. Looking really good. Nice one. Now I'm not sure what's happened here, but I think that was there before. May have just accidentally broke that. That's alright. Alright then guys, so to build the arch that goes in front of the Starcourt Mall sign, we take our red concrete first of all. We're going to go to this left pillar over here, that is to the right of the escalator. We're going to stick a red concrete diagonally up and out from the block of gold, and then it's important to go to the right, like that, so we're going to go in where the arch is going to go up. We're going to do the exact same on the opposite side, but going this way, to the left, so a block of gold up, and then a block of, red concrete going up, and then to the left like that. Awesome. Then we go ahead and place 2, going into one another, like this. Then we place 2 up. Now what we do to one, we must do to the other, so make it nice and symmetrical. Then we go ahead and start the arches for about 5 blocks, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get this side going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 5 on this side. And then once you get here, you should be left with a 2-block gap in between once you've added blocks like that. And then you can go ahead and connect them over, and it should also be in line with that one over there. Wonderful. You know how many times I messed that up in recording. I had to go and do that so many times again. That was very, very awkward. Ah, thank goodness we got it right. Cool. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go to the ends of our red concrete and stick a smooth sandstone on both of these, like so. So now then, we're going to come to the back of the arch we've just built, and where the Starcourt sign is, it's a bit closer to the Starcourt sign now. So we're going to go ahead and mimic our red concrete with, of course, our smooth sandstone, like this. And then, of course, we want to do a double red concrete again, so we kind of enclose the sandstone in the concrete like this, all the way up and over, so we have this entire shape done. It also adds a double arch, so when you're walking by, you kind of see the arches on both sides. You don't just see some exposed sandstone in the roof. So like that looks really cool. And we can go ahead and add another flick down here if you want as well. There we go. Wonderful. That is looking really good. Okay, let's go on to the next step. Alright, so time for this back wall, and technically the first arch, it goes above Kaufman's shoes and Zales. So we're going to go ahead, and where we use these markers for one of our first episodes in the roof, we go ahead and just build 2 along, on both sides like that. Then of course we need to do our 1, 2 stacked up, then we do the arches like this. Do your arches for as many times as you need to get up to the top. Almost there. And then you should be left with 2 blocks in like so. Wonderful. Awesome. Now let's take our smooth sandstone, and we're going to go ahead and go behind this and fill it up, because we're not actually going to use this space, and we can come back and sort it all out later on. Wicked. There we go. That looks really cool on the inside as well. That is what we want exactly. Brilliant. Alright, let's grab some new dimensions and stuff and get back to doing these arches. Alright guys, so I'm actually outside of the cinema, What I'm going to do is I'm going to build an arch that connects up to these ones over here for the main sort of lobby area. So we're going to basically section off the roof section for the cinema, and then it goes into the fancier section with this arch. So it's pretty cool. Let's grab our red concrete and go again. Now I had to go and take some intricate shots of this one little bit over here because it really threw me off. Basically, for this one arch that goes over here and the one opposite, there's a 3-block gap that goes in that space, where I thought it was 2, and I carried on thinking I was messing it up when I was actually building it right. So I like deleted so many videos of me doing the exact same thing because I was like, no, that is wrong, when it was actually right. So that was devastating, but it's all good. We're back on it now. So once again we go over here, and we're going to go a block back from the gold like this, so we're diagonally to the left of it like that, and we bring this along for 2, so that's worth 3 like so. Then we start our arch just here. Same design as the other arches. You make sure you have that 2-block sort of jump just there, and then it goes into the 1x1 sort of things like this. And then up until you reach the point of that one just there. Now over this one, we go a block behind the gold, and this should be a sandstone behind this arch. We go 1, 2, then we bring that up and along, then we go 1, 2 straight up, and then we do the normal 1x1 arches up until you reach the point of that one. Then you'll be left with a 3-block gap up here, and that is correct. Phew, okay. Oh my gosh. Right, and then now we have that plan, we can go ahead and mimic it over here. So 2 out on this side, the arch goes up normally. The arches have a really simple design, it's just the placement that is always throwing me off. Okay, there we go. And then this one over here, remember we go back diagonally, so we need to add 2 in just here. Then we go for 1, 2. Let me just double check that's in line. So back diagonally for like that. Yeah, okay. Like that, yeah. Alright, cool. And then we go up from this. And then you should be left with 3 blocks at the top to work with. Which we are. Wonderful. Oh my gosh. You know how relieving that is to get that done. Oh, that was so hard. Okay. Now for this back wall over here, there's actually another last arch. It's quite a big one as well. It's the gap in between is worth a lot more than these ones. I do need to go and get another picture of it because it's a very weird dimension, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so as you know, I still forget the name of the bookstore, so I'm going to refer to it as the bookstore. We are going to go ahead and take our red concrete again. You want to go in line with this pillar just here, and the first B. We are going to go up to this layer just here, so kind of 2 blocks away. And you're going to leave a block of 4, which we should have already built in a previous section from this pillar just here, and a block of 5 for this one. Wonderful. Then we go ahead and start our arch here. Once again, normal arch design. We just go ahead and start our double just like straight away just here. And then we go for the arch design up until we reach the same height as these ones, which is about there. Perfect. Now the gap in between is about 5, so I think the top bit is going to be about 7 blocks long. So we're going to count in the gap. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then on 6 we're going to drop back down. So we have that block of 5. You can test that if there's 2 on either side. Once you put a block in the middle, that is of course 5. Then we drop down exactly the same way, nice and symmetrically, until we get down here, and then we do that double. Yeah, double on the same layer. Wheelassassin, you noob. And then we do that to finish us off, just like so. Okay, now if that is a couple blocks away from this wall over here, don't panic. We're going to kind of fill things in anyway, but it should be in line with this one just here, which it is. Awesome. Yeah, that's looking great. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get some more pictures and I'll be back. Alright guys, so our last arch we just built, we're going to go ahead and take our sandstone and basically enclose this into a nice space. So we're going to go ahead and make this wall go along up to there, connect that up. Then I'm going to go ahead and switch my pictures quickly just so I can see what to do over this way. Okay. Alright, nice one. We're going to go ahead and fill this one up as well, up to there, and we're going to fill that up a 3rd layer just like that, up to there. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take our sandstone again, go behind this, and fill up this entire space. Now this wall starts to angle up after every single red concrete, so you can go ahead and start to angle it up like this. We're going to do this basically for 3 blocks long. So 3 tiers back, we need to do this pretty much the same design. Now once you have like one wall down, you can go ahead and add in another row like this, because we're going to go ahead and attach this to the glass basically for the skylight effect, like that. For this one, we can go ahead and connect that up, because we're not going to use that space, and fill that in as well. Yeah, that'll be fine for now. Okay, so like I was saying about the roof space, we need to go ahead and fill 3 blocks out from the build. So we've already got the 1, 2, 3, just like so. All the way up and over the concretes. It's going to look so cool when it's done. There we go. For this side, you can just go ahead and fill this in if you want. Again, we're not going to use this space for any glass or anything like that, so that'll be fine. Cool, but as far as the rest goes, leave it empty for now. Looking cool, guys. Alright. Now regarding this little bit in between, the sort of end over this way, so we have our 3 blocks just there. We want to go ahead and also build up this arch just here with sandstone for every single block. Like that. Cool. Let's fill that up to 2. And we're going to do it again. Kind of fill it over again. Like this. Just so that they're all connected. Like that. Awesome. And then they should be in line with this one. They are. I think. Just to test real quick. Yeah, they are. Cool. Alright, so you basically do that weird design like that. And that will help us attach the glass to it and make everything look like it should. Wonderful. Alright. Now what I'm going to do quickly as well is I'm going to go ahead and make sure that all of these have the same type of thing. So sandstone on top of them, but they're all going to connect up like this. So like they're a big sort of ramp, I guess. So they should be connected on the corners so that you don't leave... Wait, you can take that one off if you want, but you don't leave any spaces in between, so you don't kind of go diagonal. If that makes sense, to connect them up. Sorry, this is a little bit of a confusing section, guys. It's best to get these bits done in one go, just so we don't have to come back to doing any more of the arches in later videos, because they are very much a nightmare. Almost there now. You want to do this for all of them if you can as well, that'd be really good. So how many blocks they're worth, you want to connect them up so that they look like this. This one will do the same and connect it up just there if you want as well. Like I said, we can come back and tweak things once we've completed the main sections of the roof. Awesome. This is looking pretty awesome now, guys. Doing a brilliant job. Okay. There we go. Wow, okay, nice one. Some of these corners, you might just want to like bunch them up so they kind of connect to the second one along, if that makes sense. So like with this one, for example, gonna connect that up again. Just remove that, maybe that row just there. Now I'm going to put that back in. Like that, just so that they're connected on the corners, so that you can go ahead and put your glass angled upwards in these sort of spaces that we've made already. That'll be awesome. Okay, then lastly for this one over here, go ahead and tear it up as well. Making sure we connect on the corners once again. I'm thinking if I ever do a mall again, I'm definitely going to make the roof just flat, because it was so hard to follow my own plans for this. I really should have written down everything I'd done, but I didn't really think about it until like until now really, and it was a stupid mistake. So that is note to self for the future. Okay, so back here for this arch, this one needs to connect up to this roof just here, because there is going to be glass in this gap, but it's not going to be like all the way along, whereas the others have like a lot. So what we need to do is come behind our arch. We're going to drop down here, and we're going to put 2 blocks in like so. Then we're going to run a beam just like this all the way along up to here, and that'll connect up just there. Perfect. Then we're going to go ahead and put a block just in there. One there, one there, one there, and so on and so forth until we reach the top. Go over the arch like that. Bring that one forward for about 2 rows like that. That'd be cool. Then you can bring these along for another 2. Well, another 1 each. So they're worth 2. Again on both sides like this. Now for this side, it gets a bit odd because it goes into a weird shape. So we're going to go ahead and bring this along up to this point over here, so that just there. Then this one along as well, so it connects to there. Then you can go ahead and mess around with the space as much as you need to, because again, it's not going to matter too much when we build the skylight, so it's kind of going to be wasted space. So if you want to like mess about, make whatever you want up here, then that'd be totally cool as well. Just going to kind of fill mine in like a square like that, just a little easier to follow later. Cool. So all we want is to add glass in these gaps, so we can do that later in the tutorials as well. Let's go ahead and add another row of sandstone in these spaces, so that the arch really does look like an arch, like that. Wonderful. Alright. Okay, I think we're ready to get some glass, and hopefully get this section, at least this section over here, done today. That'd be awesome. So with our glass for this first skylight, next to the cinema, let's take our normal glass, we're going to run it right along these beams until they connect to the wall. Perfect. Then we'll do the same for all of these until we reach the other side, and go down as far as we have this one just here. Now it should connect up to the wall over this way. Perfect. And then you can go ahead and start obviously angling up again this side. Alright, do that until you get to the top, guys, and then just go ahead and fill this over as well. Like this. Alright, let's get it done. Alright guys, so once you've finished, you should have something that looks a little bit like this. If you don't, that's no problem. Let me know if you do need any help with any questions or whatever in the description. In the comments even, that'd be amazing. Yeah, I'm more than happy to help you guys out, and I'd much rather you ask me, and instead of just, you know, leaving it or being like, nah, I can't be bothered to do it anymore, you know. So definitely come to me for any questions, that'd be absolutely fine. It is very, very confusing, so if you do sort of come halfway and think, I just can't be bothered doing this anymore, then feel free to do your own design. I'm sure it will look absolutely amazing however which way you do it, so definitely keep that in mind. Okay, so now over here, to incorporate the sea lanterns into the build to make them look a little bit more stable, I guess, we're going to go ahead, bring the sandstone in. Don't worry, we're covering up a little bit of the glass. You can always just kind of section that bit out if you want. Leave that a little bit diagonal. And then we just go ahead and build behind the sea lanterns and forward up to this part just here. Let me go ahead and build that in. Now this may be a little bit different to my original, but it's no problem. And then up to down here, we just go ahead and build this along again. This is what I meant by tweaking little sections. At the end of the day, it's not going to be the perfect as my like other one was, because I spent so much time just going back and sorting out little bits and bobs. So if you guys need to do that as well, that is absolutely fine. But I'm gonna just for now fill sections in that I don't really want to incorporate in my build, so I'm also going to take that one off as well. Yeah, that's wonderful. Alright, and now over here we've got a little bit of space to work with as well. We need to fill this in because we don't want any left little gaps, so it's a little bit breezy in Starcourt. We've got to fill this in. Once again, fill this in any which way you need to. As long as it's not got any holes, it'll look perfect. You can bring a little beam along there if you want, just so that's finished off as well. Okay, I'm actually going to bring a big beam in there and then connect these ones up like so. Yeah, that's looking really cool. Alright, nice one. Oh wow, okay, that is one first section done. Yes, brilliant. Okay, so going back here, we're going to do the same sort of thing. So we're going to take our glass all the way along until it connects up to this one over here, this arch over here. So yeah, let's get it done and get back to it. Okay guys, so I've just gone ahead and filled over the glass for this bit over here. Now if you do find you left with a section over here where you could add another row of glass if you wanted, we're not actually going to do that. We're going to go ahead and come behind this, just add a wall in here, just so we don't have to add some more glass where we can't on the other side, if that makes sense. And there we go, that looks pretty cool. One thing I did do on this side to make it look a little bit cleaner as well is I just went and stacked up some more sort of sandstone along. So I kind of double blocked up. Sorry about the shattered glass noises, that is always super loud. Yeah, we kind of like double back our sandstone so we can make like a really cool pattern over this way. Now this is optional, so you don't have to add this in if you don't want to. But I'm going to go ahead and just add this in, just because I think it looks pretty cool. So yeah, literally 2 blocks out from the sandstone where you add the glass, and then sandstone goes in the gaps that are left basically, just to add a little bit more texture. But yeah, pretty simple, but not really important, so if you don't want to do it, I can understand, that's no problem. I'm going to fill this along as well, just that's filled up. Yeah, nice one. Okay, now just double check once you've done some of the glass sections that you've got no spaces left. So I just kind of fly around a little bit, check there's no little gaps, just so that we don't have any little rain gaps in Starcourt, because that would be a real bummer. That would not be cool. Okay, that's looking absolutely amazing, guys. You're doing a wicked job. Okay, I know this is so hard. I'm so sorry. I try to make this as smooth as possible, but it is really tricky. I mean, I'm even struggling to do what I originally built, so that's a funny thing, but never mind. But yeah, we've literally got this one to do, and then this big one to do, and then we can call it a day. Alright guys, so to get us set up in between Starcourt's sign, we're actually going to go to these pillars over here, and you can see they're still quite blank. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to sort it out so that both of them are connected on both sides, and we're not going to use red concrete for this part though. We're going to use sandstone instead. So go to the pillar, we've already got a block on top of one another, which is awesome. We go 1, 2 up from that, so they're worth 3 now. Then we put another 3 diagonally up, so let's go ahead and do the exact same over here. 2 to make that 3, and then 3 over there. Then we do 1 by 1 pillars, like this, until you reach up to the other side. Like this. Now once we get to the connection, we should be able to connect them up as we've done these 2 sort of things over here. So just a nice row like that, with a 1, 2, 3, 4 block gap in between, like so. Yeah, that is wonderful. Okay, so to fill in this gap now, behind our Starcourt sign and in front of the Starcourt sign, we need to take our glass and go just here, a block above the gold block, and then just there. We're going to run this along, like that. I'm going to leave you guys to fill it all in again, because you don't want to just see me filling glass. You know how to do it, it's super easy. And it might be a little bit boring for you. We're basically going to go behind our red concrete on both sides like this. So we're going to put 2 for this one, like this, then 1, then 1, then 1, then 1, then 1, then 1, and then up to the roof for 4, and then you drop back down and do the exact same thing. So yeah, let's go ahead and fill this all in now, and fill in this side as well, the exact same way. Let's get it done. Alright guys, so on the excess blocks, there was a couple, like, let's show you this side. These ones that haven't got glass blocks on, I went ahead and did this side already, just to show you guys the difference. We go ahead and connect them up so that there's still an arch on the inside, but it's all connected up on the outside so that there's no blocks kind of excess to the build. So yeah, let's just go ahead and fill this row in as well and get this all done. Right guys, it is time to work on the biggest section of this part of the roof. We're going to grab ourselves only glass and some smooth sandstone again. First things first, we run a smooth sandstone pillar, a beam actually, just along the front of these glass panes, well, glass blocks, that are going to be where the Starcourt sign goes, just in here. We do this of course on both sides. Now it does cover up one layer of glass, but it actually looks cool, and on the inside you won't really notice too much, so it's actually a really good sort of thing we do there. With regard to this section, we knock off this one just here, and we knock off that one in the corner and that one just there. And then we go ahead and drop a glass block in this little corner just there, so it's in line with this one just there. Cool. Then we go ahead and go 2 and 2 just there. Then we just switch my pictures around, and I'm going to start on like different corners so we can have like this all done basically at the same time. So this one, once again, we need to make sure that this one lines up with the lowest one. So we're going to go ahead and knock some of that off, knock some of this off as well. Kind of just make it look a little bit more, you know, available, if that makes sense. And then we stick a glass block in there, 2 up the side, 2 up the side, like so. Then we go ahead and just group that up there. Group this one around the corner. Do the exact same on the opposite side. Group that one up there. Group this one around the corner. And then so on and so forth until you reach the top. Now it's actually quite a rather simple section. Like, you would think this is the hardest part, but honest to gosh, it's actually just getting the red beams in. Like I said, I had to go and film those roughly about 6 times before I was actually happy with the way it came out. Because, yeah, I carried on messing it up, which is sad, because it's literally my own imagination that built this, and, you know, some pictures of what I imagine the inside of Starcourt to be like and stuff like that. So, but you know, you can't get everything spot on twice in a row, so that's okay. But there we go, we build them up to a layer like that, and then we go ahead and start this side. Now we don't really have a range to work with these, so we're just going to use this as our marker. So we go along, you drop that in there, 2, 2, you can always knock that off on the corner if you want that to be exposed just there. Just so it adds a little bit more light to the place. Connect it up, like so, and then we'll build up to the roof in a second. Over here, we're going to do it again, so you need to go to this one, run along, plonk a glass in there, remove the blocks around it so you can get the light to it, like so, and then 2, then 2, then connect it up, and then do your pattern so you get up to the top, and then we'll carry on. Right then guys, so where you should have 4 corners like this, going up, angled, obviously like a pyramid, which looks really cool, starting to take a lot of shape. We're basically going to do a nice old weird looking rectangle, to be honest. Actually, it's like a plus sign on the roof. So just another stacked up block above this one, diagonally up. Then we go around, making sure that we connect up every single one, and make a giant plus on the top of them all. Now this is of course hollow on the inside, so we have that angled look on the inside as well. So make sure to keep it nice and hollow. But once you have that plus sign in the roof, we of course need to add a couple more layers on so we can get this up to scratch. So there's 2 more layers that go on. You may have to place a block to remove it, but go around for your pyramid design again, like this. It's a very cool looking thing, definitely quite 3D, and I don't really know what the word is, but like very I'm trying to think of the word, but artistic, I guess, maybe. But yeah, I like it. It looks cool. Okay, so we do it 1 more layer after this one, and then we just go ahead and fill these in for 2 rows. Now, if you notice down there at shapes, you can go ahead and put some more lights down there if you want to. I know it's looking a bit dark, so feel free to do that if you want. But we've almost completed this section of the mall, which is really, really wonderful. That is so cool. Definitely the hardest part, 100%. And well, there we go. That is looking so good. Wow, let's quickly pop on inside so we can see how it looks on the interior. Drop on in here. Put that glass block back so it doesn't rain on us. And look up to the sky. Oh, that is so cool. Wow. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to end the video here for today, guys. Definitely stay tuned for part 5 of the roof, coming so soon. I promise it's going to be the final episode of Starcourt ever, which is insane. It has been a crazy series. Thank you so much for watching this Wheelassassin video, guys. Any questions, of course, don't hesitate to ask me in the comments down below. I am so sorry that some of the sections may look a bit confusing, or may have confused you in any way. I will take full responsibility for that. Like I said, anything you want to ask me, drop it in the comments down below, and I'll do my best to go through every single one. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Drop a like if you did enjoy this one, and be sure to subscribe if you're new around here for more of my crazy content. Thank you so much, guys. Stay tuned for part 5, and I'll see you at the next Wheelassassin video, coming very, very soon. Goodbye for now.